Hey guys, this is Jordan, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through Insider, the in-depth financial newsletter and membership service from Capitalist Exploits. Insider is their flagship product that's been crushing the market since its inception, so if you've got $10,000 or more to invest, joining Insider could be a very wise move for you. Let's get into it. You may already know that Capitalist Exploits also runs a hedge fund called Glenorchy Capital, but to invest with Glenorchy Capital, you need to be an accredited investor. This means that you need an average income of more than $200,000 per year, you need to have more than $1 million in assets on top of your home, and you need to invest a minimum of $150,000. Obviously, that rules out the majority of most people. So to offer their insights to more regular people like you and I, Capitalist Exploits created Insider, which includes literally all of the investment research and trades that they make with the hedge fund. The only difference between the two is that rather than having them manage your money for you, with Insider they tell you exactly what they're doing so you can follow along inside of your own brokerage account. In other words, you can invest exactly like their hedge fund does without jumping through all of those hoops. Now let's take a look inside the actual platform. Here's the members area of Insider that you'll see when you join. You'll watch a series of videos explaining how to use the service, which shows you where everything is. There's also a little FAQ at the bottom, all of which lead to video explanations. Let's move on to what they call themes. Themes are sectors. They're the big picture categories of what Capitalist Exploits invests in. So you'll see here that they have copper, the US dollar, Japan, and about a dozen or so others below. Inside each of those themes, they have the individual investments. And if that sounds like a lot, that's because it is. Capitalist Exploits' investment strategy is to only invest between about 5 or 10% into any one of these themes at any one time. Now, out of respect for them, I'm not going to open up a specific theme here, but I will tell you what you can expect to see inside. First, you'll see a graph displaying all of their selected companies' stock prices aggregated into a single line so that you can see the entire performance of that theme. On that graph, you'll also see where they entered the trade, so you know how well they've been performing. Next to that, you have a video summary from their head trader, Brad McFadden. And in that video, Brad explains all the research in a 5 to 10 minute video so you can get the general idea of why they've chosen to invest in that particular theme. Under the video is a table indicating the specific trades that they recommend. And underneath that is where you can download their full investment reports. Now, the investment reports are generally dozens of pages long and full of financials, graphs, and other research. On the first page, you can expect a high-level executive summary that breaks down the market forces that make them bullish on this particular sector. The report talks about economic factors, obviously, but it also incorporates historical, geopolitical, and other factors that they expect will make this a good buy. They'll also offer alternative ways you can invest in a theme to see similar returns. For example, if one of the themes were Chinese real estate, and they recommend a few Chinese real estate developers to invest in, they might also suggest buying the Chinese yuan as an alternative, since the real estate boom in China is fueling so much of the country's economic growth. Investing in Chinese real estate ETFs would be another option. Now, I'm sure you can already see how different this is to your standard newsletter. Insider is not picking unicorn stocks and then sending them out each month. Instead, what they're doing is saying, hey, here's an opportunity, and here are a handful of ways that you can play this opportunity based on your preferences as an investor. Obviously, whether you do or don't jump on that opportunity is up to you. Okay, so that's how themes work. Now we're going to look at the archive of past Insider weeklies. This is where they archive all of the Insider weekly newsletters that they've ever sent, and as an Insider member, you get access to all of them. You can search every back issue of Insider Weekly by keyword here. So if you're interested in what they think about Bitcoin, for example, you can type Bitcoin into the search bar and you'll get everything they've written in the newsletters about Bitcoin all at once. Now, the next piece of Insider is a monthly Q&A that's run by Chris Macintosh and Brad McFadden, both of whom lead their investment team. Basically, members can email Chris and Brad asking whatever they want, and they'll answer all the questions via webinar. After that webinar is complete, they then chop up the answers and make them searchable here, much like what they do with the weeklies that we just looked at. Let's move on to the portfolio. The portfolio is simply a list of all the trades ordered by theme. Members can go in here and quickly see the ticker symbols of each trade they've recommended with the latest prices, the buy up to price, the target price, and so forth. They can also see the status of any one position, whether it's a buy, hold, or sell. Now remember, even though there are 60 or 70 positions here, insider strategy is to buy very small positions and just leave them until they either work out or they don't. So although it might look follow, all a member does is come in, buy the things they agree with, and just hold them until the ideas work out or they don't. The extras section is where they publish special reports and where members can join the Slack community, which has become its own little world. The Slack community is a way for members to connect with one another, criticize investment ideas, and basically benefit from the network effect of having so many wealthy and talented people in the same place at the same time. I know for a fact that inside that community, there are investment bankers, lawyers, doctors, engineers, professors, small business owners, large business owners, wealth managers, accountants, UN employees, and at least one central banker. It's an amazingly diverse group of people who give Insider a deeply rich and ongoing forum where members can meet up with one another, share investment ideas, and contribute to the overall knowledge of the actual service. This is another reason why Insider is not like your standard newsletter. I've been in this industry long enough to know that companies in the financial publishing space do not like giving their customers access to each other, mostly because their services are spitting out poor ideas that don't make anyone any money, except for the publishers themselves. So that wraps up my walkthrough of Capitalist Exploits Insider, and I hope it gives you enough information to make an informed decision about whether it's right for you. If you're ready to join Insider, I'll leave a direct link to the best available offer below so you can join right away. If you're still on the fence, I suggest signing up for their email newsletter Insider Weekly first. Insider Weekly is essentially a bare bones version of Insider. You don't get the extras like the Slack community or all of the investment research, but if you're just looking to stay on top of what the guys at Capitalist Exploits are thinking about, then Insider Weekly is a good way to do that. And if you're only interested in free content but might want to join one of their premium programs down the road, I'll leave a third link for their free email newsletter below. Capitalist Exploits does run very infrequent promotions, maybe every 6 or 12 months, and being on one of their email newsletters is the best way to get updated when those promotions are rolled out. Thanks for watching.